Hi, right now I'm next to Corinne. And Corinne came all the way from Kansas, right?
Yes.
To be with me for 2 weeks. And the first thing I did was put her to work. I did. Anyway, talk about your experience, not so much here, but why you became raw vegan, and maybe about your son, because you have a remarkable story. Okay.
Oh, okay. Well, first I want to say it's an honor to be here. Arnold's place it's really something to experience. It's an experience. That's what I have to say. And I became a raw vegan about a year ago, and I embarked on this journey as I did research regarding my son's tumor and how I can create a healthy atmosphere for my family. And as I researched, it all came down to raw vegan. That was the optimal way to heal your body. And I was dealing with some issues regarding inflammation. I was 60 pounds overweight. I had no energy. I was severely depressed.
Are you depressed? I haven't touched
Not
that.
now.
Not now, okay.
Not after being a raw vegan, I'm not depressed.
Okay.
That was one of the first things that had lifted from me. My depression was so bad I didn't want to get out of bed ever. I stayed in my pajamas. I picked my kids up from school in my pajamas.
Wow.
Yeah, half the time they would make their own breakfast.
Wow.
And it came down to adrenal fatigue. It came down to there was a couple elements that had caused the depression. But I wasn't aware of that until I started to heal with raw vegan. Energy and life came back to me. And I have to say that what brought me to Arnold's is learning more and more about the raw vegan lifestyle and meeting more raw vegans. I live in the Midwest, and there's very few there that I know of. There might be pockets of them. But one of the things, too, of being a raw vegan, it opens up your world. Your senses become more keener. You start to realize that the old things, your old life doesn't work anymore, so you start to pursue new things. And I'm on a journey right now. I'm on a journey to find out really what my purpose is, and instead of focus on my purpose, it's following, I guess, my curiosity, my interest, and my bliss. And I believe I'm getting closer. So with all that said, as I mentioned before with my son who had a tumor, he had a tumor inside of the spinal cord.
Wow.
Yes, he did. And he was experiencing numbness, tingling, chest pains. He couldn't breathe. And we took him to the ER, and they gave him EKG. They rolled out that there was nothing wrong with his heart, and they just figured it might be his GI tract, his digestive system. So he was on acid reflux medicines. He was on all these things for about 3 months, and then it got so bad that the last time we went to the hospital, I demanded an MRI, and they found a tumor that was inside of his spinal cord. And we had that removed. He had to learn how to walk again. But in the meantime, because he was in so much pain, we would take him down the ER to get shots of fentanyl, morphine, because you just can't get a prescription for those kind of narcotics. And so his body was just pumped in overload with narcotics and pain meds and just everything. And so after the surgery and he started to go through rehab and heal, I started to incorporate the raw vegan into his life. And so I put him on fruit just for a week. I put him on all fruit. And he started to detox rapidly. His skin had these immense, it wasn't even a rash. It was like a rash upon a rash upon a rash. The sores that were on it, he would scratch himself bloody at night. And his skin was turning yellow. The whites of his eyes were turning yellow. He had no energy. He had black circles under his eyes, so I took him to a naturopathic doctor, and they diagnosed him as a toxic liver. He was detoxing at such a rapid rate on all fruit that his liver could not keep up. So I started to incorporate some fats and some cooked food to kind of slow it down, but it took about 4 weeks before his body returned to normal, and the rash went away. And so I have to say that raw vegan is the way to go if you truly want to heal your body, if you want just a great outlook on life, you want your energy levels to be high. This is the only way. And so that
How old's your son?
My son's 13 now. That was 2 years ago that he had the tumor. So
And was it cancerous?
no, it was not cancerous. But with the spinal cord tumor, it's still life and death because the fact that Your spinal cord controls everything in your body, and the tumor was pressing on nerves that were, he was having trouble breathing, and he was starting to go paralyzed. So as the tumor grows, you'll die anyway, because it'll just shut down. It shuts down your whole nervous system.
So on a raw food diet, the tumor went away.
No, the tumor went away because we had it removed.
You had it removed.
I did the raw diet on my family.
That's
because
he had too much toxins in his body.
yeah, he had a lot of toxins from his body from all the medicines, and also to prevent those tumor cells from growing again, the immune system has to be strong. And so in order for the immune system to be strong, the lymphatic system has to work properly, your liver has to detox properly to remove all the stuff that we're exposed to. Because if your immune system is not strong, it will not recognize a cancer cell and kick it out of your body. We all have cancer cells. And so that's my primary goal now, is to keep my family healthy for their immune system to be in optimal shape.
Knowing what you know today, would you have done things differently with the operation?
Well,
I'm asking, just out of curiosity.
knowing what I know today, I don't think my son would have had a tumor.
In the first place, right?
Yeah, because I wouldn't have. There's a lot of things that I wouldn't have run to the doctor for everything. If he was sick and he needed an antibiotic, I would have definitely researched a lot more holistic ways. So I think sometimes cancer tumors are a compound of just things that we're putting in our body over the course of years. It's not something that happens overnight. Some tumors grow rapidly and some don't, but it's just not an overnight thing. We think it's overnight a lot of times.
It's 5, 6, 8 years in the making.
But a tumor has billions and thousands of cancer cells.
Wow.
And so you just don't accumulate those overnight. And so if I could do everything over, I would start pre-pregnancy, and infant-wise, my children would be on a high fruit diet. But I'm just glad I know the information now, because that's what's important from now on, how we live our lives. And I'm just, my son now has a story to tell. He has hope to give to other people. And you just make the best out of it. You turn the situation.
He's mostly fruit today?
Oh yeah. I'm going home a week from now, and my family texts me and they send me pictures of the smoothies they're making, and they're primarily high fruit.
Oh, wow.
So.
Good. Anything else? Anybody else from the audience? Okay, anyway, this is Live from Arnold's Way with Corinne. I'm so glad she's here. She's a blessing. She's working hard, and she's sharing her story. And stay tuned. That's it.
Bye.
Bye.